Hi everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Marrakech, but before we do, we just want to remind you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see all our videos as they come out. Woo! Okay, so Marrakech is designed by Dominic Earhart and is published by Gigamic and Hachette.
Alright, so in this game, we are essentially all rug sellers, and we're trying to make sure that our rugs have the best spot on the shelves.
Yep.
When someone walks into a store, they're going to see our rugs first. So we're trying to cover up everyone else's rugs. We've got Assam, who's the rug store owner. He's running around the board. Wherever he lands, chaos is going to happen. People are going to have to change money, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a little bit of an area control feel to it. Let me show you how to play. All right, here is our setup. We have our board. It's currently empty. We have our owner of the market. This is Assam. He's going to be moving around the board. Every player is going to get a supply of their rugs as well as 30 pieces of money. This is a closed economy game, so basically we're going to be kind of moving that money around, trading it around as we land on the certain pieces. So on your turn, what you're going to do is you can choose to rotate Assam either to the left or to the right, or keep him facing the direction he's going. Then what you're going to do is you're going to roll the die in order to move him that many spaces. The die is kind of a special D6. There's 1 1, 1 4, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So there's no 5s or 6s. It's kind of rare to have him to get a 1 or a 4, but getting 2 or 3 is more common. So that's kind of the breakdown of the die. So then, after you've oriented him the way you want to go, what you're going to do is you are going to roll the die, move him that many spaces. In this case, there's a 4. And now I'm going to show you something that I wanted to show you anyways. It happened right away. If he ever gets to the edge of the board, what's going to happen is he's going to actually rotate around these little half circles. So let's go ahead and move our 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what you're going to do is you are going to place one of your rugs touching him in some way. You can place it like this, or like this, or like this. However you want to do it. Ultimately, you have 2 goals. To have as many of your rugs showing as possible, but also you want to set up the rugs in a way that makes other players land on your rugs and have to pay you money later on their turns. So the next player obviously don't want to risk going on your board, so maybe they turn to the right. They're going to roll as well, move 3 this time. 1, 2, 3. They as well get to lay out one of their rugs however they want. Here at the beginning of the board, everything's very empty, it's very sparse, not a lot of rugs out there yet. It's got a little bit of a slow build to it. But eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of rugs all over the board. And you're going to have situations where these rugs are connected. Something like that. If on his turn, Assam ever lands on one of these sections that has a large connected area, what's going to happen is you're going to count up every individual square of that color, and you're going to owe that much money to the owner of that rug. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So whoever's turn it was and landed on yellow, they're going to have to pay 8 coins. That's also why you can overlap other people's players or other people's pieces with your own rugs. So maybe if you landed there, maybe you do that. You cover up some yellow as well as kind of break that up a little bit. One thing that you can't do is you can't just take a rug and lay it exactly over the top of another rug. It has to be either overlapping 2 different rugs, or the rug and the ground, or something like that. But you cannot just go exactly over the top of someone else. Maybe at about halfway point or 3/4 of the way through the game, the whole board is going to be more or less filled. And at that point, you are trying to figure out how to pay the least amount of money, because almost everywhere you land, you're going to be forced to pay somebody something. Sometimes that might even be important for you to try to land on an expensive area, knowing that it's going to cost you a lot of money, but you'll get a chance to place one of your rugs in a key location to be able to kind of connect some of your own rugs, or to be able to separate someone else's sections that way that's less prominent later on. When every player has run out of rugs, the game ends. At that point, you're going to count up all of your money, you're going to see how much money you have, but then you're also going to count up the amount of rugs that you can see on the board. And remember, each square is 1 point, so this would be, for yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the money they had, that's your final score. Whoever has the most points wins the game.
There are so few components in this game, and they all work perfectly. And I know this is like really obvious, but it was a very smart move. This is just a tile laying game, right? But you can't have tiles on top of tiles not even and awkward because Assam will just like fall over, right? And we don't want that. So the fact that they use felt is such a simple thing to do, but you can stack those 3, 4, 5 high and he can still stand there without falling over the board. So it just worked out really well that you used so little things, and then the one thing you needed to be great was great and worked perfectly with what the game wanted.
The money in this game is a closed market economy. Everyone starts with 30 coins at the beginning of the game, and that's all there's going to be for the entire game. So if you mess up and you have to spend some money, you now have less, someone else has more.
Yes.
It's not like a lot of games where you start with a little bit of money and then you kind of earn more as the game goes on, and everything's kind of growing, and then you spend it, and then you grow more and spend it. No, there's $30 per person, 30 coins per person, and just going to exchange around. So whoever's able to best lay out the carpets in a way that's going to be a trap for other players, they're going to score the most amount of coins at the end of the game.
This had it was like a perfect family weight. We played it with our girls. They're 7 and 11, and it worked splendidly. They understood it. They knew what they were doing. They knew when to turn and why they were turning Assam a certain direction to try to get something. It was just that perfect family weight. It played in a perfect amount of time. I mean, this is one of like the family games. It was just great for that age group, great for the amount of time, easy to play, easy to teach, and the kids like the little felt carpets too, so that was nice.
Yeah, I think our oldest daughter even she found like those coins and she was like, "Can I have these? I just want to use these. They're so thick. They're so nice."
Thick. Yes. Yes.
All right, so in a 3 and 4 player game, every player just has their color and they're trying to cover up as much of the board as possible. The normal way to play. In a 2 player game, it's actually a little bit different. One player controls 2 colors, so that way you have all 4 colors are still being used, but by 2 and 2.
Yeah.
And in that way, you're still trying to lay out things on the board and kind of shuffle together your carpets together at the beginning of the game. It's just kind of hard. We've more or less alternated, which has made it a lot easier to lay out. But then what happens is when you land on a color, you only pay out that color's payment. So it's not like if Bethany is yellow and red, let's say, if I yellow on a section that's like yellow, then red, then some more yellow, I don't have to pay out that entire swath. I only have to pay out the one color that I landed on, which makes it essentially, it rebalances the game instantly as if there were 4 players from the payments way. It's a little bit more controlled. It's a little bit less chaotic. So you lose some of that. If you like that kind of chaotic fun part of it, you lose a little bit of that in 2-player, but at the same time, you regain some of the control if you like a controlled style of play as well in the 2-player.
Okay, so here's where the internet hates me. And I understand from playing this and playing it with her girls that this is a really solid, good game. Like, there's a reason why it was reprinted, right? There's a reason why for that. Playing 4-player, I just did not enjoy it. I wanted just a little bit more control. There's chaos, nobody had control. It wasn't like I didn't have control and everybody else did have control. It wasn't like that, which would have been even more frustrating. I would set things up and it never came to fruition. Like, I'd have these awesome things, and by the time anybody even got close back to that section again, things were covered up. I didn't have anything showing anymore. I wasn't able to score big or even moderately okay. It just, like, I had zero control in that, and I did not enjoy that. Our girls liked it. They didn't care. They liked the chaos. They live for the chaos. However, in 2-player, I actually liked it a lot more because I felt like I had that much more control, even though I didn't, but I had a little bit more decisions to make. Depending on what color carpet was on the top of the pile, it would determine what direction I would turn Assam, because it would determine what I wanted to do. And even with that, for in-game scoring, I would even potentially go into a place where it's very likely I'm going to be paying Ryan a lot, but I'm going to be able to set myself up really well. Like, really well to the point where Ryan wouldn't be able to mess with that entire section, so I'd be willing to do that. So I just felt like I had more interesting decisions to make and choices to make in the 2-player version of the game.
All right, so I think that Bethany is crazy. Okay, here's the deal. It is a 4-player game is wild. It is crazy. It's a little bit mean. You don't think about it as a mean game. It's pretty mean, but in a fun, silly way. I'm okay with chaos as long as I know that I'm not locked into chaos for a long time.
Yeah.
and I'm okay with chaos as long as I know that going in. This is going to be a silly game. So, so I think that when I was taught the game, I got that really quickly. Hey, this is going to be a crazy game. It's going to be silly. It's not going to last that long. Embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
And so because that happened, I had a great time playing. I knew that, and it was only 15 minutes or whatever, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that chaos. Normally, I am a player who likes more control, and that's always going to be true. But because it didn't overstay its welcome, I was cool with it. So this is a game that I played with strangers. It was a great icebreaker. We were laughing immediately, and in that way, we bonded because of, I got your money, and it was very silly, fun moments. From a family standpoint, again, just an absolute hit for everyone except some people. So yeah, I really like this one. Gorgeous components, simple, streamlined, elegant rule set. I like this a lot.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to find us and follow us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.